Crack-a-lackin' Challenger. I'm your host, James Morelan, and guys, I got a new fish for my 29-gallon saltwater tank, and I kind of teased it in a couple other videos, but guys, I got a clownfish. Or at least another one. So guys, I went back to the same pet store, and I was like, I saw another clownfish, and I was just like, that is beautiful, and I had to get it that day. And that was actually a couple days after I made that video. So I've actually had him for a while, I just haven't made a video on it. And you can see this tank is really dirty. I have waited a little bit to actually make this video, and I actually had a lot of diatoms in my tank. And that's usually standard in the saltwater community when you set up your first saltwater tank. Because the tank is just cycling and that's a process of it, you can remove it by just scraping it, or eventually your tank will get rid of it, or if you get like sponges or anything like that. But I will be scraping off some of this green algae that has occurred on the tank. And unfortunately guys, I did get a coral. I will be making a video on that coral later, but I got zoanthids and they died. Now, when I got them, they weren't in the healthiest condition. I did kind of get a discount when I was getting them. However, the polyps have no longer opened, and I don't know if it's the light that was too low. The water quality has been perfect. I also got I got a refractometer, and that's able to tell the salinity better than the little buoy thing I had on the side. I still have it in this tank just because... And it might just be the shock of being added to a new tank. Maybe it was the salinity levels, maybe it was something in my water that was different. And I also have some phytoplankton that can help the whole system. And the coral, I don't know if I already said, I got zoanthids, and zoanthids can actually release a paleotoxin. It can release a toxin that can be very harmful to people, and actually recently in the news there's been a story about it. When I actually remove it, I'll be a little cautious, so video coming soon. And guys, make sure you drop a thumbs up. I have been posting 3 videos this entire week, so guys, thank you. It's been a lot of work. I mean, thank you. But yeah, I think I'm going to start, before I show you the clownfish, just by scraping off all this algae, so you all would get a better view. And I did wash my hands before this video, just in case you're worried of me getting anything in the water. And I am using these little wild algae scrapers, linked down below. I am pretty excited to do this, and get my tank finally cleaned. I am thinking about getting a peppermint shrimp to help clean up the tank. Plus, they look really cool. Guys, comment if I should get anything else for my saltwater tank. I'd love to hear your suggestions. What could go with my pair of clownfish? Yo, this is just coming right off. Wow, guys. Do you see that right there? That is crazy. And I have performed 2 water changes on this tank. And I'll talk about water parameters and water mixing later in the video. I'm going to try stirring up some of the sand. And I do have like the classic blue hermit crabs. And those guys help clean up the tank a little bit. Yo, this algae is just coming right off. That is crazy. You might already see the clowns in the back. So hopefully I'll be able to feed them later in the video. Yo, just look at this. Come straight off. This is actually kind of satisfying. Like, you know those satisfying videos? Yo, but it is really, really cool to think that you have a saltwater tank, because there's a big difference, at least to me, between saltwater and freshwater, and I really like how it's like such a different aspect to what I'm used to. I just think that's really cool. Alright, I think that's it for now. I don't want to do too much right now. I'll probably do more off camera, but yo, that is crystal clear now. At least there's all these specks in the water, but it does look pretty clear. And guys, there's the coral on the left. Unfortunately, again, it did die. I should remove it really soon so it doesn't release anything in the tank that could be harmful for my clowns. Actually, I'll probably do that after this video, to be honest. Okay, so another concern I was thinking about with how the coral might have died was that when I first started, I actually didn't use OR water or RODI water, which is just purified water, and I did not use that when I first started, and I probably mixed a good 10-15 gallons of that before I used any distilled water or RODI water. So that might have been a possibility. However, I've done quite a few water changes. I'm thinking about just getting like some Purigen. I think that can work with saltwater too, but it's kind of like carbon, where it absorbs all the minerals and other things in the tank. Alright, so I'm going to show you a quick cinematic of the clownfish so you all will know what this beautiful fish is looking like. And just to say, this is different than Penelope. Penelope is kind of like a basic Ocellaris clownfish. However, this new clownfish, which I have not named yet, actually comment a name down below if you wouldn't mind. But this guy is called a fancy clownfish, Ocellaris clownfish. And the main difference with that clownfish is he does not have a white strip down the side. There's actually like a gap where there should be 2 complete white strips, but they're kind of cut off. So that's really cool. And also a little bit more orange and a little bit more colorful and a little bit more vibrant. Get down. tank is so dirty after I removed all that stuff. I might do a water change after this video to suck it all up. Also, I did get something wrong in my other video when I talked about my clownfish. Clownfish are actually all born males. And over time, when there are groups of other clownfish, some of them are randomly chosen just by nature to get bigger in the group, and they actually become females. So all of them are males when they first start out. Eventually, they do become females. And the main reason you can tell the difference is by whichever one's the bigger one. I have noticed that the new clownfish I got is actually a little bit bigger, so that might be the female, and I think Penelope might be a male. So that's kind of funny. I think I mentioned in my other video, I am planning on getting some new live rock, whether that be artificial live rock, it looks more purple, I forgot what it's called, or red, and that looks really, really cool in the tank. But again, I still don't know. But guys, again, I'm very interested in keeping coral eventually. I just need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. I actually might have one of my friends come over who is kind of, I guess, like, not an expert, but like, he's pretty advanced. He has a huge tank. He actually taught me a lot when I was getting into the hobby of freshwater also. I might need to get some advice for the saltwater tank from him and ask him what I was doing wrong. Also, he did offer me some saltwater, so get ready for a cool video. We might exchange some saltwater at our school. That would be pretty cool. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed these little clownfish, which are just basically the loves of my life. I think they're adorable. Also, thanks to JBJ for sending me the light again. I was told it is powerful enough for coral, and I should have been super worried about that, but I don't really know. Also, some people ask me how I get saltwater from my tank. I just got a big bag of this, and I mixed it, and I've actually used quite a bit. And when I first did this, again, I got tap water, added this into like a 5-gallon bucket, mixed it around, added it into the tank. And my local fish store doesn't have saltwater pre-mixed, so that's a shame. So what I usually do is I actually have like a little cup in here, and I follow the rule of how much for 5 gallons. I add it all in, and then I add it to the tank. However, I do have to top off this tank every once in a while because of evaporation, but I do not use salt water to top it off. Because salt water does not evaporate, only the water evaporates, so it leaves the salt behind. That can actually raise your salt salinity, so that's why I don't top off with salt water. And that's something a lot of people stress to beginners, so if you ever have a saltwater, make sure you know that to top off with fresh water and not salt water. Alright guys, I think that is it for the video. Make sure you share this on your favorite fish forum. Make sure you all comment what I should name my clownfish. And if I did anything wrong in this video, again, I'm still learning. I love to learn. I love to do my own research. However, there are some things that I miss and I don't look up. So if you guys see anything that I'm doing wrong, please comment that. That is super welcome on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you all on the flippy flop. Make sure you again check out everything, link in bio, wildpetsupply.com. Use the code WILD10 for 10. No, let's do saltwater for 15% off for the next, like, week. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all on the flippity flop. See you all later. You mean the world to me. I love you. Bye.